Hey guys, welcome to our sprint for the night. I'm Trinity Lem, if you don't know me, and tonight I have a special guest here with me, Kellyn Roth. So go ahead and introduce yourself. So
Hi
Kellyn
there,
is
I'm
also an indie author. Sorry, keep going.
I don't know who's talking, but someone is. Anyway, I'm Kellyn. I'm also an indie author. I guess that's kind of a great introduction for me.
So what genres and everything do you write?
I write historical women's fiction and romance.
Oh, nice,
Yeah.
nice. I know a lot of the people in here are going to be big romance fans, so we're all romance writers, readers, all of that fun stuff. So, Kellyn, what are you going to be working on tonight?
I'm working on book 5 in my women's fiction romance kind of series. I was gonna write a different romance, and then all day today I haven't really been able to work on it, so I'm just gonna dive into working on snippets at least of it to get a feel for it.
Nice. So, how many books are you planning on having in your series?
Well, it was 6, but suddenly it's kind of become 10. So we're gonna see how that goes. I'm kind of like, I need to fill out the rest of the series and see if I really want to take it that far.
Yeah. Wow. I cannot imagine having like a 10-book series. For me, 3 is already too much. Are yours like a continuation of one, or is like each book an individual story?
In this case, let me think. So this one it's basically like a family saga kind of story where, I'm taking on different periods of people's lives and stuff.
Oh, gotcha. Well, that's fun. Yeah, tonight I'm working on the 3rd book in my contemporary romance trilogy. So I've been slacking lately, like pretty much all summer. So I'm hoping to catch back up, and I want to have it done by the time I move back to school on the 25th. So I need to kind of start really grinding.
Yeah.
So we will see how that goes. Let's see.
All right.
Popped in. Lizzie says, hey. Celeste says, hey. Lizzie said, nice to meet you.
So sweet.
Aw. Yeah, I do love
you.
hair. I'm always like jealous of people
Thank you.
with like pretty red hair like that, because I just have this.
Aw, thank you. When I was little, I wanted to be either a blonde or a brunette. I thought for some reason, because one of my friends had brunette hair and the other one had blonde hair, and I was like, oh, if I could only look like them. So there's like, the grass is always greener. I mean.
Yeah, I know what you mean for sure. I printed out my YA pen pal romance yesterday, 18 format errors because copy and paste betrayed me and I didn't fix everything, and we'll be finishing outline details for that book. Ooh, okay. Well, yeah, format errors are honestly the worst. If I had to pick one thing that I hate about self-publishing, it's formatting. Hands down. It's so hard. It always makes me want to literally rip my hair out.
I know, it's always, and there's just so many problems with it. I don't even know how they happen.
Yeah, and especially when you try to use like different platforms to publish on, and everything has like different requirements and whatnot. And you have to keep changing it over and over and over again to fit everything. It's a nightmare.
Yeah, Amazon kept insisting I had a table of contents and I didn't. And they were like, your table of contents has a link missing. And I said, that's because there's no table of contents. It's missing the entire... Anyway, that took a while.
Yeah.
It's always like that.
Amazon, for me, for my cover, I had like the right measurements, but every time I went to upload it, it kept saying that my file was like the wrong size measurements. So I had to keep going back to my cover designer and being like, can you fix it again? Can you fix it again? I could tell he was getting so mad, but like,
yes, I know.
It wasn't my fault. I'm still working on draft 2 of my YA contemporary novel. I have 9 chapters left to rewrite. Oh, well, that's nice. 9 chapters, that's like a good chunk, but there's a light at the end of the tunnel, like you're almost there. Robin popped in. Hey, guys. Hi. Welcome. Lizzie said, girl, my series has 4 books, a novella, my WIP, and a novelette, all about different musical couples, and I'm already losing my mind. Yeah, that's hard.
Yes.
Like, especially in series with different characters and different plots and everything, like, how do you keep everything straight?
Well, I have like a series Bible, like a big document, and it's like it has everything in it, and it has like a timeline, and yeah, it's really nice, but it's hard to maintain.
Right. Yeah, dang. I'm working on my new book today. I just started drafting it yesterday. That's super exciting. I'm already at the point where I have so many different ideas for new books and new series that I'm like, my mind is starting to like plan those out, even though I'm not done with my current series. So I need to like slow down, but I'm just too excited about all of them. So.
Yeah.
My formatting errors are the indentation when copy and pasting on Word, some stuff didn't indent like in the original doc. That happened to me once with like the ebooks. Sometimes the ebooks are weird about like your indents.
Yeah.
I don't remember how, but there's like a specific way to fix it. You have to like set your Word doc to automatically indent, I think.
Yeah, it's oh, I don't know what it is, but it's where you do the automatic indent, under format or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a thing.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I think that's what went wrong with mine. I'm hoping that when I learn to format, I'll enjoy it. Girl, I don't think you will.
I never know, but
I mean, it's possible you'll enjoy it, but all I know is I definitely don't. And I don't know anyone who does. And this is formatting a spiral book bound letter size. I can't imagine an actual size book. Yeah, true. All my books interconnect, so I have a huge spreadsheet where each month has a tab and a full glance at everything plot-wise. There's a lot. That is a lot, but it's definitely helpful. Yeah, for sure. I'm working on my series Bible too, but I've been forgetting to update it because stuff keeps changing in the timeline. Already the boy pro tag in the WIP is different from how he is in the pen pal.
Yeah, I could have written that.
Yeah.
I do that. I leave things for like a month and I'm like, oh my gosh, 50 things have changed. How can I ever do this?
Yeah.
But
I always have way too many ideas in my head, so I get it. Oh, yeah, me too. I like recently finally started to like make specific spots in all my journals for each idea that I come up with because I've been just doing all of it in my head and I know that I'm gonna forget everything and that's the worst. My girl pro tag in my WIP has completely changed from the pen pal romance where she's the best friend of the girl pro tag. Completely changed. Yeah, that's tough. Real quick, before we get into our first sprint, I'm gonna post on my Insta story so everyone knows that we're live. Come join our sprints. I totally forgot to do this last time. But okay, perfect. And now I need to turn my space heater off because it's 5 million degrees. Okay. So I am ready to jump into our first sprint. Is everyone else ready? Are we all good?
Yep.
Okay, I'm going to pull up a timer. And okay, we're gonna start with 15, right?
That works for me.
Okay, perfect. All right, now I know Lizzie and Celeste were laughing at me last time, so I think I figured out how to do this, but we will see. Okay. Oh, I see. Okay. Sorry, guys. I just got so excited. Okay. You guys can just see the timer, right?
Yeah, that's all I can see.
Yes. I did it. I finally figured it out. Okay.
Oh, way to go!
Yay!
Awesome.
Lizzie's already laughing at me. That's okay. Well, joke's on all you guys now because now I know how to do it. All
Good
right.
for you. This is awesome.
Thank you. I'm learning. Okay. So, banners. First sprint. Ready, set, go. Okay, the timer just went off. So how did everyone do? Kellyn, how did you do?
I got 749 words, which is a lot for me.
That's pretty good, not gonna lie.
Mm-hmm.
I spent the first few minutes kind of rereading what I had written like over this past week. I just like, when you write a bunch and then you don't write for a few days and you kind of just like lose that flow or like, and forget what you wrote. Yeah. So I kind of had to go back and reread a little bit. But after that, I still got about 200 words in.
Oh, awesome. Way to go. That's great.
Thank you. Let's see how everyone else did once they tune back in. Got about 400 words. I had to get back into the story a little. I'm zero drafting those, so that's just whatever comes to my head. True. 400 is like a pretty good amount.
Yeah, that's a lot. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Especially just 15 minutes.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, I had to get back into my story too. I felt like I was just kind of all over the place. So got 279 and reading what I need to work on next. That is good. Nice. Grid up my pen pal romance climax and cringed at typos. I want to mark it up so badly, but I have to write the rest of the series first. True. Well, I mean, yeah, honestly, some of my typos, especially after you like order your first proof and whatever, and you're kind of looking through that and you're like, wow, I literally read through this manuscript 15 times before I printed this proof out. How did I not catch this?
I know.
Those are the worst.
They are.
For real. I honestly might do 4 rereads, 1 for pleasure, 1 for reference, 1 for edits, and 1 for more edits. True. I mean, 4 is, I don't know how many I do, if you want me to be honest. Kellyn, how many rereads do you do?
From the time of the first draft, or just from like when I get a proof copy? Is that what she's?
I don't know. Well, I didn't realize this until I started talking to other writers, but apparently my writing process and like editing process is like weird. So so I'm assuming yours is a little more. So however many you think you do.
Well, I mean, I do probably like 5, 10, I don't know, a lot. It feels like a lot.
Yeah.
I definitely read through it many times.
I know. All I know is that I always reach the point where I am like, I don't want to look at this anymore for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
Like
it gets like that.
Yeah, like if I have to read through this one more time, I am gonna rip my hair out. Yeah, it's worse than like watching the same movie over and over again. Well, I guess that depends on the movie, but
that's true. Yeah, depending on the movie, it's worse.
Yeah, for sure. I definitely read through each chapter once for pleasure, marking typos if I find them, and then 1 for line edits, but my process is changing as well. Yeah, I kind of feel like everyone's process changes with each book. I know mine definitely has. But I mean, Kellyn has more books out, so.
Yeah. I definitely had, like, the first novel I ever put out, I had like 20 drafts, and then I did 5 more. So it was really intense. And then after that, it's gotten shorter. So I think it's like, I mean, I call it like 5 drafts or 4 drafts. But it's probably more like, I don't know, 5 to 8. Because I'll read over it more than once.
Yeah, for sure. Half of my typos are in my draft notes. Your instead of yours, the one that bugs me the most because it's in chapter 3, the darn beginning. Those beginnings. Honestly, though, I always feel like my beginning is the strongest. And then it's like as my manuscript goes on, I kind of lose. I just like kind of lose it a little bit. I don't know.
I feel the same way. I think I start out with stronger, and then it just all the way down.
Yeah, so, I don't know why. I don't know if it's just like my motivation is dragging or what, but
it's probably my motivation. I'm just like, okay, I'm kind of done.
I know. I like reach that point where I'm like, I just want to get this finished. And I try to kind of rush everything instead of take my time on it. I'm reading over the second draft 4 times. I already read the book once in June to start draft 2. Okay. I'm going to try to, okay. So when I finish my draft, I read through it because I don't know why I don't do like numerous drafts. I just do like one, and then I just like go back and edit all the way through that and like either take stuff out or add to it or whatever. But I read through it probably like 2 or 3 times on my own, and then I send it to my first editor, and then I read through it twice when it's sent back, and then I send it to my next one, and then I read through it twice more or once more, and then I send it to my next one, and then I read through it like 3 more times. So I probably read it like 10 times, but I just don't I don't know if that's like a lot or like a little compared to everyone else. You know what I mean?
I feel like it's about a normal amount. I don't know though. I feel like everyone's different.
Yeah. All I know is that I read through it too many times to like keep my sanity, you know? I think I read my last book like 100 times. I don't even know. I've had at least 10 drafts though. It feels like I've read through mine 100 times. Not gonna lie. But maybe this time I'll count. Just to see, you know? Cool. I'm getting sick of Peyton already. He gets the last book. I have to stick with him for 5 stories before I write his point of view. I can't. Oof. Yeah, I don't know. I love my characters, and I'm sad that like their story is ending, and I'm kind of like at that point where I don't know how to write someone else's point of view. But yeah, I don't know. I'm just kind of in denial, I guess. I hate writing edits. I didn't even edit for draft 2. Got to chapter 37 and was like, I'm done, going to bed. Draft is over. So all the stuff I cut is still brought up there. Oof, I do that too, where I just get like so annoyed that I just like, I'm like, I'm going to bed and I'll do this in 2 weeks. This is the first time in zero drafting though, because I've been kind of figuring out my writing process a little more through the second book too. Yeah, me too. I think your process might work better for me, Trinity, because after draft 2, I wanted to make another draft 2 with new edits. Honestly, I don't know how people do like draft 1, draft 2, draft 3. I didn't even know that was a thing until like recently. But at this point, I'm like I don't know how to even go about switching my process to like do that. So I don't know. I'll probably never try that. After draft 2 or 3, if draft 1 was rough, I stopped completely retyping everything and just made a copy document and make changes. That's what I do. I just kind of go through and make changes. I don't really retype anything. I don't know. I feel like I would just spend too much time retyping. You know? There's always that one character for me who I love, but I can't stand at the same time. Hayden's character arc is the biggest, so he's so hard to write. Yeah, characters with major arcs are always kind of hard because they have to be so like dimensional, you know, which is always hard because you have to literally like create an entire person. I don't retype, I copy and paste and then change the wording. Okay, that's kind of what I do, but I usually tend to keep it on one document first and like edit through that a lot before I make a new one. But yeah, otherwise I make way too many files and I start to confuse all of them with each other and it's not good.
Yeah.
Right. Are we all ready for our second sprint? Let's do it. We can do another 15 and then see where we end and then decide what else we want to do.
Okay, that works for me.
Perfect. Okay. All right. Starting now. Okay, it just went off. My computer kind of like froze for a second, and I got really scared that it was gonna like shut off or something. So how did everyone do for that one? I think that one was a little more productive than the first one for sure. At least for me.
Yeah. Okay, I think I got, let's see. That time I'm at 585.
You're fast. Dang. I'm like a smidge under.
I type fast. I'm sure it's all, yeah. Oh, that's great too. I mean, I type fast, but it's all trash. So like later I'll go and fix it.
I type pretty fast. I just kind of sometimes I have to like pause and like really think about the scene in my head before I write any of it down. Otherwise, I like write a bunch of random stuff and then when I go back and read it, I'm like, what even is this? And I have to redo it.
Yeah, a lot of mine can be like that.
Yeah.
So I go through and I'm like, okay, someone wrote this and it wasn't me.
It wasn't me. Celeste got 421, much more productive. Caught some typos, wrote down some fun scenes and locations in the book. Going to grab my positive and negative trait marks next for the MCs. That is pretty good. I kind of like I said, I'm kind of thinking about like my upcoming projects after I'm done with these ones, and I totally forgot that I'm going to have to like make new characters. Oh, I hate doing that, you know?
Yeah.
When you like have a plot in your head and then you're like, okay, I actually have to like write it now. Like I can't just think it and it'll like write itself for me. I think I got about 300 this time. Okay. Me too. And same, it's all trash for this draft. I kind of like it and hate it at the same time. Zero drafting is freeing, but at the same time, I want it to be readable like now. I'm the same way. I hate having to go back and like redo stuff. So I always try to do everything exactly how I want it right away so I don't have to redo it. I used to be type fast, all trash, but now I'm type fast, pause, type slow, pause, delete stuff, type fast, pause. Some of it good, some of it's bad. Me too. I'm kind of all over the place, but yeah. I have characters in my head for other books I haven't written, but the plot stumps me every time. I'm kind of the opposite, where I have kind of like the plot set, but the characters stump me, which,
yeah,
you know, it's rough. It's hard.
Yeah.
I could never zero draft. I need some form of structure or else I'll start over again. Yeah, me too. I kind of have to have like a set plan, at least know like my major plot points and like specific scenes that I want to include and kind of just like fill in the rest. Otherwise, I have no idea what to write.
Yeah, I have to outline. I'm just too not, I don't know, I can't do it. I'm not that creative, I guess. I have to have something written down.
Yeah, me too, for sure. And especially since like specific things pop into my head all the time. So I can't imagine like not having anything planned out. You know what I mean? Because like you envision it as you go along. So the plot for book 3 is killing me. I have no idea what to do with Oliver and Celeste. I have no idea either, girl. You'll figure it out though. Oh, wait. Main thing that stumps me is names. Me too, because I always want them to be like super unique, but I end up changing the names like 10 times.
Oh, yeah.
My characters just float like they're in a pool. They don't go anywhere, just float. I have a basic idea and outline. I know who the MCs are, and I know the main point of the story. That's fair. Kind of just fill in as you go. But I'm a little bit of a pantser for sure, but I do a lot of pre-writing. And I generally know my midpoint and inciting incident. This is the first time I don't know the end, though. That would kind of stress me out if I didn't know the end until I get there. I don't know why. But I always like feel the need to have it planned, you know? I have every idea for that book except for
the ending is the hardest part for me. So like
that stuff is figured out. Change names so many times in the last draft. I keep getting confused as to which brother is which. Fair. I know. I always have to make all my characters' names super diverse. Otherwise, I mix everyone up. I usually have more scenes visualized in my head, but I don't for this one, so that's why I'm trying zero draft. That's fair. I never know the climax. That's my favorite part to write. Me too. Just really for me, it's anything with like a lot of action. Those are like my favorite scenes to write. Like the super exciting ones, you know. I love writing drama. Okay. Well, it is 8/9 o'clock now, depending on the time zone. So if we want to do one more sprint, we can do that. What was that?
Yeah, I can do one more if we're able, but yeah.
Perfect. Do we want to do another 15 or do we want to do like a 10? What?
Yeah, I'm flexible. I've just gotta. I don't know. What do you feel like?
I don't know. Let's see. Does anyone else have any? Do they want to do a 10 or a 15, or what are you guys in the mood for to close out our sprint? Let's see. We'll give them a minute. 15. Okay. Lizzie says 15, so we'll do a 15.
Okay.
All right. All right. And starting now. Okay, so the final sprint is done. How did everyone do for that last one?
Well, I got 573 that time.
Hey, you are like lightning. What the heck? I'm jealous.
Yeah, it's unusual for me to get this much. I don't know what the deal is. It's a newer book, so that's probably it.
Yeah, I get that. Newer books are always more exciting to write. I got about 300 more. Okay, I'm like
Oh,
5
awesome.
minutes into this draft. Yeah, that's a good dent. I think I reached the point where I want to print it out and make a bunch of notes and rework the beginning and then keep going with the clear picture. I mean, that's a good idea, especially if you're doing like a 0 draft for sure. 360. Really wanted to go all the way through, but I don't think it's going to happen. Yeah, I feel like it's kind of hard to go all the way through without having anything planned at all. I know I definitely would not be able to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Added positive traits for my pro tags in pen pal romance and a negative trait for boy pro tag. Well, that is good. It sounds like everyone had a pretty productive final sprint. So that is awesome. I know I'm just finally glad that I was productive. Since I haven't been very productive.
Way to go.
Yeah, so if there's any last minute things anyone wants to say, ask, comment on, feel free. Other than that, thank you, Kellyn, for being our guest host for tonight. I had a lot of fun.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. And it was so nice to finally meet you and talk about all of our book stuff and whatnot. Let's see what Lily said. I'm planning on writing 5K word versions of the book in my series so I could outline them better. That's a pretty good idea.
Smart.
Thanks for the stream. I had a lot of fun chatting with you all. Thank you for coming, Lizzie. Thank you too.
Yeah, thanks for coming.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, thank all of you guys for coming. I always feel more productive when I have other people doing it with me. So
Yeah.
Thank you guys. Other than that, I did link Kellyn's social media stuff below in the comments, so definitely feel free to go at her on everything, be updated with all her work and whatnot. Yeah, I mean, Kellyn, is there anything else that you want to say?
I don't think so.
Okay, perfect. Well, thank you guys again for coming. And I hope to see you guys on the next sprint, whenever that is. I will have to check. Well, I hope you guys have a good night. So thank you guys again.